know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. Welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl, Sweet Pea, and I'm back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Now, before we get into today's video, I would like to thank our sponsor, Bright Cellars Wines. Bright Cellars is the monthly wine club that matches you with wine that you'll love. Get started by taking the Taste Palette quiz to see your personalized matches. Now, Bright Cellars matches you with wines from all over the world, curated to your taste buds. They are focused on finding unique hidden gems from small vineyards all over the world. And with hundreds of private label wines, you'll be able to try a new wine you've never tasted before. All you need to do is take their 7-question quiz so they can gather your taste preferences and deliver wines you're guaranteed to love. Each box is completely unique to your taste palette, meaning no box is ever the same. Each box comes with wine education cards for each bottle that outline the tasting notes, suggested pairings, best serving temperatures, and its origins. Wine wisdom cards help show you how to store and open your wine, keeping it tasting fresh for longer. Now, all Sweet Pea Diaries viewers will get 60% off your first purchase by clicking on the link in the description box below. Thanks again to Bright Cellars Wines for sponsoring this video. And you guys be sure to click the link below and get your 60% off your first box of 4 with Bright Cellars Wines. Now, I drink this wine, okay, and we will be drinking it tomorrow for our birthday celebration. So y'all better order. Y'all better go on down there and click the link and get y'all some wine. All right. Now, there has been a lot of talk about Mr. Kerrion Kranklin. If you don't know who Kerrion Kranklin is the estranged son of gospel singer Kirk Franklin. Kerrion is born to a girlfriend of Kirk's prior to his wife Tammy, and they share a son, Kerrion Franklin. There has been no secret that these two have an estranged relationship. And in my opinion, Kirk has basically failed this young man, but he has recently been in the blogs because he's, on the Bad Boys Club LA. We're actually covering that show on our Friday show, me and Q from Red Label Confessions and Reactions. We do a show called Ain't That Some Ish, and we review the Bad Boys Club LA, and Kerrion is a favorite. He is a fan favorite. People just are drawn to his personality. But video has surfaced. I was doing some research, looking into the accusations, the recent allegations regarding Kerrion Kranklin that were made on Larry Reid Live. We're going to go over all of that. But during my research, I actually found some disturbing video of Kerrion about 7 months ago. I don't know if you guys have seen this footage, but it was on his Instagram Live. And doing my research like I do, I come across the receipts. I don't just come up here and say that this boy might be having a mental health crisis without having a receipt. Okay. So video has surfaced from the Sweet Pea Diaries. We did a little digging, and I don't know if you guys have seen this, but he had an altercation with his mother and grandmother that resulted in him. It looks like they wanted him to go to a mental health facility. He looks like he's having a mental breakdown to me. But you watch the video and then you let me know what's going on.
Same name.
Kerrion, go put some clothes on.
I'm wearing clothes. I'm about to go to my grandfather's house.
You don't need to go over there.
I'm being abused right now. I've been assaulted by my own mother. This is on live. You on live, you guys?
Yeah. They can come on.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going live just so I make sure I'm protected right now. Y'all let the world know. My mama done already assaulted me. They trying to take me to some hospital. This crazy. This crazy, bro.
You always looking for attention.
No, I'm looking for protection. I'm being protected. You won't call the police right now.
No, you call
You
the
won't
police.
call
You
the
got
police.
You always want to get an audience.
Look. This is for my protection.
So,
Ain't no cameras here. You've already assaulted me.
Kerrion.
So just this is my mother.
Yep.
She trying to take me to a hospital, but she don't have no bond, no business with me, no relationship.
Well, until you
This
get
is
it
crazy.
right. Kerrion, get off the phone.
No, call the cops.
You call
Kerrion,
it.
You've already assaulted
Kerrion,
me.
Stop.
Stop.
Cut that off.
No.
Cut. I told you, cut it off.
No, I'm getting my stuff.
Cut.
No,
How can you get
y'all
your
won't
stuff?
call the cops. I need to be protected.
Okay, if you gonna get your stuff and
I'm
get
trying
on
to.
that
I just
road.
pulled the truck
You're
up.
just trying to make a show.
You
just
have no
making a
business
show.
here.
Yes.
You have no.
I was called over here. I was called.
You was
over
called
here.
over here.
I was called over here.
You was called over here.
I was.
Yeah.
Called.
You what? What do you?
Don't say nothing else.
Why not keep talking?
No, I was called over here.
Tell the world I need help.
You need help.
Where we going?
Help.
Yes, he do.
You need
Did you
help.
pray for me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
afraid.
Trying to grab my phone.
Kerrion,
Stop assaulting me.
Cut it off.
Stop assaulting me.
Cut it off.
No,
Cut it
I want my
off.
money back.
Cut it
Cut
off.
it off.
Then give me my money
No,
back.
you're not getting nothing back.
So then,
Money
please,
back.
peacefully let me get my things so I can leave the premises in peace.
Call your papa. Tell him to come over here and get you.
He's not coming. I'm a grown man. This my y'all supposed to be family. Y'all have no faith. Y'all have no faith. That's ridiculous, bro. Put her hands on me. It's crazy. Assault me and want to tell me I need to go to the hospital, bro. This is crazy, bro. I should not be represented like this. This is crazy, bro. I'm busy. I'm on live right now for my protection. I get it. That's it, bro. I got 2 computers. Oh my gosh. This shit about to die, man. The proof's in the pudding. It's done. I'm on live right now for my protection. I get it. That's it, bro. I got 2 computers. Oh my gosh. This shit about to die, man. In Jesus' name, I pray for my protection. I pray that I remain in my purpose. In Jesus' name, I pray that I do not get out of character. I pray that people stop playing with my paper and stop testing my power and just let me be creative. I pray in Jesus' name that this revolution goes well, no lives are lost, and that the only punishment that is received for the crimes done against me are capital.
Okay, now I want to stop it right here for a moment, and I just want to give a quick observation. This boy was in complete full crisis mode. Okay, he's now outside in his truck and he's talking to his live audience, and he's talking about a revolution, and he's talking about, something that is not happening. This is the delusions of grandeur. This is symptoms. These are symptoms of a mental health crisis. He is in full crisis mode at this point, and his family is trying to get him to a facility to get some help.
That's all I pray. Amen. I don't want nobody to go to jail, but the consequences, they must cost at this point. I'm under a lot of stress right now, but I don't feel the need to call the police. I am the judge and the jury right now in my court of the law on my property. And unless you can find anybody you can find to judge me right now. If it is not by way of a straitjacket, I'm not going to no mental hospital today. Not today. I'm not escorting myself with my peace and my place of being. Nobody is about to put your hands on the police. Don't touch me. Nobody. And anybody that say they about what I'm about, they say they about their paper, their purpose, they in their passion. If it is not by way of a straitjacket, I'm not going to no mental hospital today. Not today. I'm not escorting myself with my peace and my place of being. Nobody is about to put your hands on the police. Don't touch me. Nobody. And anybody that say they about what I'm about, they say they about their paper, their purpose, they in their passion. I have a legal LLC, a company in my name. I can be as creative as I want to be in all legal industries for capital. And nobody can call me crazy, call me mentally ill for how I choose to be creative. I am in position, preparing to be a millionaire. But right now, I have to prepare it with my military mind. And that's not what I feel like doing right now. But it's what I gotta do because I'm war ready, baby. I'm not calling no police, bro. For what? I'm in proper position. That's the power that I'm standing on right now. Is my position, power, under God's principles. No, not man's. I'm under God's principle right now, man. I ain't wake up and bother nobody, nigga. I woke up, nigga. I was sitting with my gun in my Bible, nigga. I got peace, bro. People keep poking me, bro. This is the worst time today to play with me. Right now, I am prepared. I am more powerful than I've ever been. And I am in more pain than I'm in the most pain I've ever been in right now. It's not why the fuck I want to be on here right now, man. My daddy's somewhere puppeting everybody around me, bro. And the revolution is now, bro. I'm getting right. I'm about to get as right as I need to be. As long as I'm breathing, bro. Because the damage is done, bro. I'm done with all disrespect in every dimension of my life, bro. All disrespect, bro. Get better. I'm as best as I can be, bro. These just tears, bro. I'm not weak, bro. I just shouldn't be doing this right now. I should be in my little cool ass light room busting beats for y'all right now. But no, that's not what I get to do, bro. That's not what I get to do, bro. I should be rubbing on somebody's booty. You know what I'm saying? Unbothered right now, bro. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro? I gotta make a joke somewhere so I can, like, cool out, bro. Because I'm not angry, bro. I'm under unnecessary mental pressure right now, bro. I'm always gonna make a joke somewhere because I got peace in my heart, bro. In my heart, bro. My heart's so big, bro. I see nothing but green, bro. I see nothing but green, bro. It costs, bro. The wages of sin, bro. Cost, bro. They cost you, bro. The wages of sin, bro. I got 3 parents. God gave me 3 parents, bro. And all 3 of them failed, bro. The same people who sent me to private school. They are not being professional and proper right now, bro. Out of order, out of position. won't pray for me, won't pray with me. I just gave my mother a chance to put her hand on the Bible and tell the truth. Instead of praying with me, she put her hands on me, bro. That's assault, bro. Now I'm sitting in my truck over my granddaddy house because they wouldn't let me peacefully go inside and get my property, bro. It's people in this live right that I went to high school with, bro. Y'all been seeing my parents fuck with me for years, bro. I've been maneuvering all over the country. I've been in Los Angeles, bro. I've been in Vegas, bro. I came back to Texas to just try to, you know what I'm saying, post some love, post some art, and hopefully get some poured on me. And this is what this is what I'm positioned with right now, bro. Prove it. If I'm lying, I got COVID-19. Prove it. Prove it. I'm dead right now if I'm lying about anything I have to say. What man? What man will any of you in your feminine nature right now, outside of my dominion, can find dominance over my truth? Prove it. Where spiritual whistleblower at? Pull up. It's time. Let's go live. Let's do it. If you ain't here, 77 people in here. Boy, I'm a 7. I'm born May 7th. Boy, they picked the wrong bull today. I'm the sharpest tool in the shed. I can't see nothing y'all saying.
Now, I want to stop it right here as well. Kerrion's birthday is May 8th. His birthday is not May 7th. So, you know, when this was another point that I wanted to make when I did the video and point out that he is delusional. His birthday is not May 7th. When we looked up the records with what he's being charged with currently, they have his birth date as May 8th. Okay, he knows that his birthday ain't May 7th. So he just, you know, again, he's lying, just wanting to, you know, bait the audience. He's the sharpest tool in the, you know, he's a God complex number 7 because he was born on the 7th. No, sir, you were born on May 8th. Just stop. Stop it, please, sir.
Prove it. Prove it in the court of law. Go team up with my daddy right now because you have to prove it. You can't touch me, so make sure every word you say is in proper place. Who will be the judge to judge me and my property? Big sheesh. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going live with nobody right now but spiritual whistleblower. Abby, that might be happening today, Abby, so, you know what I'm saying? I got paper, so it don't matter. Look, some of y'all, it looked like some of y'all got problems with people in my page playing with me. You got problem with people in my page that is ready to protect me. The revolution is right now, and some of us is ready to die for what's right. Because ain't nobody finna touch me. Y'all don't want to promote my beats. Ain't nobody finna place me in no mental hospital. I ain't called nobody today. It ain't one outgoing phone call. Ain't nobody, I'm not in nobody's presence but my grandfather's right now. And he's a retired veteran, a retired Marine. Behind the veil, behind all of the lies that you've heard about me, I've been raised by a Marine. He's sitting with me right now. Ketchup mustard. Hey, you gonna find out in the long run what's going on. Cause, you know what I'm saying? If they keep this out the news, then your boy was right. The revolution will not be televised because this is it right now. Capricorn, it's like the time. If it ain't spiritual whistleblower, nobody coming online. So until I see her name on here, I'm gonna just say what. Until I see her name on here, I'm gonna say what I got to say. And if she don't pull up, I'm not calling the police. I'm not calling no lawyer. I'm gonna do whatever I got to do, and I'm about to represent myself in court. What man will stand before me other than the judge accorded in that court? I'm on my property peacefully. This is my court right now. No ish. I am that. Did you heard? This is real, man. This is real. I'm not here to. I've only seen a couple comments because you don't know where the position I am in my spirit, the purpose I'm in right now. In Jesus' name, I will be protected. Who is he gonna tell me I'm lying about the medicine that is Jesus that everyone says I need in my life. I'm in my power, I'm in my purpose. I'm gonna start my own gang, my own club, and my own church right now. It's one of the three. It could be all three combined. At the gate. This is the gate. This is the gate right now. Because some people, they can claim whatever title they want to. I don't care how I've been treated thus far. I demand that I do not be in the same heaven that they go to when I die. I don't care what the cloud of your title is, the contents of your book. At the gate. This church, this club, this gang, ATG, at the gate, baby. All I see is green. And if you don't see green like me, your heart ain't big as mine. Your heart not that big. Look at the colors of your rainbow. That heart center, that chakra is green. Big, I'm a mama, Mother Earth. We need the greens of this life as we gather. You about your green, huh? I'm about mine. That's why I've been getting my life right. And at the most of my righteousness, my mama working for the devil, popping up on me to place me, to ask me to come to a mental hospital. If it ain't a white jacket, leave me alone. Leave me be. All right, here she is, whistleblower. Wow, the revolution is now. Wow. Big shift, homie. They picked the wrong.
So he was in a mental crisis. It's apparent, okay? He's everywhere. He's all over the place. Now, there are some people that will say, oh, Sweet Pea, he was talking, he was making sense. You know how they say, crazy people, honey, you might think they crazy, but they talking truth. You know, his family is a part of the Illuminati. Kirk is trying to kill him because he's got secrets on Kirk. And first of all, let me tell you something. This might not be a popular opinion, but I'm going to give it because this is my channel and this is what you come for. My opinion and my commentary, right? Ain't that what you come for? Now, in my opinion, okay, I please hope I don't ruffle any feathers. But in my opinion, I am not leaning towards there was something happening between him and Kirk. I just don't agree with that narrative. I wasn't there again, but this is just my opinion. It just doesn't give that. I've been in that situation. I've seen that my, childhood, and it just doesn't give me that. I don't get those vibes. But he is clearly in a crisis. Now, the family is faced with a dilemma because he is an adult and they can't just commit him unwillingly. But there are rules around that. You can 302, in my state it's called 302. You can 302 someone if they are a harm to themselves or others, but it's getting them there. You can't get them there. But the family, in my opinion, should have called someone. They should have called the authorities and had him taken in, because it is clear that he was suffering from a mental breakdown. This is a family in crisis. Kerrion, Kirk Franklin, that mama that you saw, his mama, the grandmama, the pawpaw that is dealing with Kerrion. This family is in crisis all because of Kerrion. Kerrion does not want to get help because Kerrion is in active crisis mode. When you're in active crisis mode, it's nothing that anyone can talk, do, or say. They're not going to be able to grip him up and say, let's go. He's in crisis mode. He's defensive. He's not going to want to go, like you just heard him say. If it's not a straight jacket, if it is not a straight jacket, then, he's not going. Okay. Someone says, Layla says, have you seen the video where Kerrion was a boy? Kirk gave an interview saying he would have to offer his son up. I would have to see that video. I'll look for it. But I do know that there are things that go down in Hollywood. Yeah, we do know that. But it's just not giving that with Kerrion. If he was going to offer him up, why he's not offered up? So in the video, if he was going to offer him up, why he's not offered up? Why didn't Kirk offer him up? If he was going to be the sacrifice, okay, why didn't he do it then? Why he's still here battling with his mental illness? Now, as far as Kirk is concerned, Kirk has failed this boy, okay? Kirk has the resources. He has the money. He has the connections. He has the access. The fact that your son, I don't give a damn if he's estranged or not. He is running around with your last name. His name is Kerrion Franklin. He is a Franklin, whether he is estranged or not. He is your seed. You have acknowledged publicly that this is your son. So people say this is their business behind closed doors as a family. Well, you have publicly said that this is your son. You know, there was public audio released by Kerrion of Kirk Franklin cussing him out, verbally abusing him. I mean, but hey, what black family doesn't go through that? I've been through it. I've been called, things. I'm not saying it's right. I've always said that black families, honey, we are dysfunctional to the core. We need counseling. We do. We do have dysfunction. But if you're going to publicly have this debacle, you need to publicly make it right, and you need to publicly let the public see that you are trying to get your son some help. You have the money, you got the power, you got the prestige. You over there with Tammy and the new kids and everybody else, and poor Franklin, Kerrion Franklin, is out in the streets making it away. So she says you don't call 911, you call emergency for mental crisis. First of all, you can also call 911. Yes, you absolutely can if you do not know who to call. Okay. If you don't know who to call and you call 911, they will direct you into who you can call in your area. There is a 311, 411, 211, whatever it is in your area, what the 211, 411, 311, 911, whatever they are, whatever resources it connects you to. If you don't know, if you're a person that does not know, because I'm just going to keep it real. If this was me, I would not know where to begin, who to call. I would not know if my child was having a mental crisis. I would call 911. Listen, my child is having a mental breakdown, and what am I supposed to do? They will then direct you on who you need to call and what you need to be doing. Because it was apparently clear that the grandmama and the mama didn't know what to do. They were at a loss. They did not know what to do. So if you're saying you don't call 911, okay, well, I would call 911 because I don't know who to call in my area. I don't know what number is the mental crisis. I don't know what hotline that is. So in order to get connected to that in my area, I'm going to pick up 911 so they can give me the proper resources. Okay, because I do know that 911, they will send an ambulance. If you need an ambulance, they will say, what is your medical emergency when you call 911? I've called 911 for my daughter when she's having an asthma attack, and that's how I get an ambulance. 911 doesn't automatically take you to the police. 911 can take you to emergency medical services. Okay. So emergency medical services encompasses mental health as well. So if you're not sure of who to call in your area, you definitely can pick up 911 and ask them, listen, someone in my family is having a mental crisis. There is a mental issue, a crisis going on. Please let me know who I need to call to come and get them some help because he's in a crisis. All right. So he definitely is in need of services. He shouldn't be on Bad Boys Club. He should not be gallivanting around driving from interstate to interstate. He actually was on a live with Relly from the Bad Boys Club, and I saw that live as well, where on the live he's telling him, oh, you live in Louisiana? Well, I gotta go somewhere. I gotta dip down to Texas, then I gotta dip back up here, and then after I come through Texas, I'm gonna stop by Louisiana and see you. He shouldn't be gallivanting all across the country, okay, in this mode. This was 7 months ago, okay? This was posted 7 months ago. So this had to be around the time where they probably were filming Bad Boys Club, or he was about to film it or whatever, because Bad Boys Club is not recent. They been taped this. I don't know when they filmed, how many months ago was it? But if this was 7 months ago, I'm pretty sure that this was almost close to him filming the Bad Boys Club a few months later. So he was clearly in a crisis prior to filming the Bad Boys Club. You don't just, you're all better, B show. And now some producers have reached out to you and given you a check. You don't just get better. There's been rumors of him being on substances, partying in LA, and people knowing him and knowing what kind of groups he's running with and what he's partaking in. Usually when people that have mental health issues, they deal with illegal substances because it numbs their pain. It helps them better than the medicines, traditional medicines, because they say that the traditional medicines make them feel numb. They can't feel their emotions. They don't feel like normal people. So they use street drugs to numb their pain because they still can kind of function in society and feel, somewhat like a normal person. A lot of times drugs that would normally make us go all crazy and off the wall, these street drugs, people that have mental conditions, they can handle those drugs. Those drugs aren't, overwhelming to them because they already have chemical imbalance. So usually they're, they partake in street drugs because of that. So I am just, I'm a little torn between Kirk Franklin, him with his new family, and him having Kerrion out here in the streets looking like this. This man is a man of affluence. This man is a man with millions of dollars. He has connections. He has access to the best medical care. Your son should not be out here. I looked at Kerrion's LinkedIn profile. He has a LinkedIn profile. He has another profile on another app that is for jobs and, his that show his professional qualifications. There's no way with a father like Kirk Franklin that this boy should have ever worked at a hotel. He worked at, I'm not going to name what hotel it was in Dallas. You can go and look it up yourself. But he worked at a hotel as a front desk clerk, checking in guests in and out. He worked as, at a car wash. I mean, there's no way with a father like that I don't care if you're estranged or not. That speaks a lot about Kirk Franklin. Coffee Review says, you can call 9 emergency, never call 911 because this is for crime protection and violent situations. Non-emergency is prepared for that. A lot of people don't tell you that because they don't tell you about non-emergency. So I'm just gonna, I get what you're saying, Coffee's Reviews, and I hope I'm gonna check and see if you have a channel. I'll go over there and check out your content. It looks like maybe you have a channel, Coffee's Reviews. So sounds like you're doing some type of review. I'll go over there and check out your content. But I just I have in my entire about to be 44 tomorrow. Whoop, whoop. In my entire life, I've always picked up the phone and called 911 when there was a medical emergency. And I've always been directed to an ambulance. They've always called an ambulance. Police never showed up. It was an ambulance that showed up because I said that when I called 911, I explained to them that my daughter is having an asthma attack. They say, 911, where's your emergency? And you let them know what your emergency is. They gauge on the phone right then and there if you need non police help or whatever, or if you need a medical emergency type help, and then they'll send an ambulance. So that's the route that I've always went through. I've never You know, I don't have anyone that has had a mental health crisis, so I would not know who to call. So I don't want anyone to be, I don't want anyone to be deterred from calling 911 if there is an emergency. If you are having an emergency and you do not know who to call, please call 911 and you let them know what emergency you are having. That is what the dispatcher's job is to do. Assess the emergency and dispatch who needs to be dispatched to your home. Now, if you know who you need to be calling, then that's what you would do. But you need to call 911. I am not familiar with mental emergencies, so I'm not going to try to go through the yellow pages or go through a Google search and try to find out I need emergency services right now. I'm calling 911 so that they can let me know who I need to be calling, and they need to send an ambulance. They need to send someone now. So that's just what I'm going to do. Okay. I can't tell anybody else what to do, but in my circumstance, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call 911 and I'm going to let them know, hey, there's someone here having they're having a crisis. They're having, in my opinion, it looks like some type of mental health breakdown, and we need emergency services now. So that's what I'm doing. There has been instances where the police have arrived and they have done something to people that are having mental breakdowns. We do know that. It's unfortunate, but I don't know who to call. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to let them tell me who I need to be calling. Now, I do know in my area in Philadelphia, there was a family that actually called 911 on their, I think it was their nephew or someone that was having a crisis, but they had a knife. They were wielding a knife as well. And they were running through the streets with a knife, trying to attack them. So when they called 911 and they let them know what was going on, and they sent the ambulance as well as police, I think the young man was shot. So that's the disconnect, where people don't want to call the police because they think that their family member is going to be killed by the police, because they're really, they're unpredictable when they're like this, which is why Kerrion is now in the trouble that he is in. Had he have gotten some help, maybe someone took him to where he needed to go, maybe he would not be in this problem that he's in right now.
He called me today, and he was telling me that he had been arrested and he's been locked in jail. He said he was wrongfully arrested. Now, this is what he told me. He told me that he was wrongfully arrested and he was stopped because of his tail light. So when they did that, he said that they're putting other charges. This is what he said, that they're putting other charges on him. And now they have locked them up, and something about he can't get out to Tuesday. So it was a very quick phone call. And I said, calm down, Kerrion, until we can get you out. And so, but when I began to look into getting him out, I began to run into some other things. When I looked, they arrested him because...
Together We Break Chains. I do see your comments, and I will be reading them after this video.
Of some charges in Texas. And the charges in Texas, there's no bond for. But as they begin to deal with Kerrion, now you watch Bad Boy Club, so you know how that can go. And you also have heard the audio between him and his dad. You know, both of them pop offish. And so in that exchange, there was an altercation with the cops. They're now calling it resisting arrest. So that's another charge. And then they began to search his car. Stop for the tail light, allegedly, but I got to tell you something else that I'm finding out with that. And they searched the car, and then they found a gun, allegedly. Now, Kerrion told me on the phone that they're trying to slap 2 other charges on him just because, and that the charges were not true. So Kerrion is saying he did not I take the one he said, he did not resist arrest, and that there was no gun that they found that was his. So I'm assuming that he's alleging that the gun was planted. So then I found out that there basically was no way for us to really get him, at least not right now. I haven't discovered one, because they have to extradite him to Texas. Someone calls me because of my post. So then they begin to tell me how he had been questioned for a murder. I said, now wait a minute. A murder. So the first thing I thought about was CJ. Because see, Kerrion and CJ, he was upset because of the accusation that he was alleging that Kerrion was making against his father that was so hideous that I will not even repeat on this platform. And then he does up and dead. So I'm like, wait a minute, let me call here, let me call them. And so it's not about his death because that was an overdose. So Kerrion was being questioned about another murder of a female. And I said, okay, well, he told me that the brake light, whatever, was out, and that's why they stopped him. They said, that may not be the reason why they stopped him, because he's driving the car of the murdered victim.
Now, y'all heard that, okay? So he's stopped, and that's usually how things go. You are stopped for one thing, a regular traffic stop ends up being something way more deeper, okay? And so now it appears that he might be a part of something greater. Now, I was able to pull the charges and what he was arrested, where he is in LA. He is in the Beverly Hills PD. That is the housing location. All right. He goes to court tomorrow. It says no bail, but then they have another case number below that, and the bail amount is $15,000. So I'm assuming the way this is going and the way it looks to be that the $15,000 bail amount could be for the resisting arrest, the tail light, the issues in Los Angeles, what got him pulled over. But then the no bail situation is what's going on in Texas. So he's going to go before the judge on the 12th, and they're probably going to extradite him back to Texas so that he can, face whatever he got going on over there. All right. So, and I need to correct something. His date of birth is actually 5/7. My bad. What I was seeing, the 8th, was them 2 88s. So he is on the 7th. Let me correct that, because I don't want people saying, Sweet Pea, you was trying to read him. So my fault. What I saw, the 8s, I need glasses, was this the year 88. So he is actually 5'7", but it still don't take away from my boy was in there having a mental crisis. Okay, that was a mental crisis, but I did get that wrong. It is 5'7". All right. They said he also has warrants, so it's probably what's going on in Texas. I was digging, child, was digging. I could not find the Texas connection. I could not find anything over there because I don't know what county it is. I know Houston is where he was frequenting. I seen Dallas where he was working at. So I don't know where he, I know Harris County. I did look in there. I didn't see anything. I tried, y'all. I tried to look and try to find the woman that, was possibly, had this happen to her. I could not find anything, but there was a source, somebody DM'd me and told me that TMZ is going to be coming out with an exclusive today. So they'll probably have more information if they have not come out already, but just be looking for TMZ because they're going to be breaking this story today at some point. All right, somebody DM me that information. So, yeah, because I've been trying to find it, okay? But Together We Break Chains wanted me to read their comments. So that's one of them, a great supporter over here. So let me read that. It says, unless you already have a psych doctor, that is the only time you would not call 911. Otherwise, if they are experiencing a mental health crisis, call 911. Okay. All hospitals have what they call an emergency mental health ward. And I do know that, that is actually where you 302 somebody. You give the whole 72-hour hold. A lot of times you go through the emergency room, you take the person there, and usually through there, they will 302 the person if they are, having a breakdown, if they're a harm to themselves or others. But if they are an adult, it is extremely hard to do this because you can't just admit someone without, their permission or against their will. If he doesn't want to be there, he don't have to be there. All right. And Kerrion is really good at, he's got that gift to gab. He can talk his way out of a wet paper bag. We've been seeing this on the Bad Boys Club. He can talk. He's a talker. So he probably can make professionals feel comfortable that he is not crazy, quote unquote, and that he's not suffering from some sort of breakdown. And they can think, well, he's just emotionally, having a hard time. His family, he's estranged from his celebrity father. He's just emotionally damaged and unwell. But, emotional balance heavily contributes to mental health breakdowns. If a person is not mentally, emotionally balanced, it can contribute to them going through some type of crisis. So it's clear that Kerrion is he's in need of help. And I look at Kirk Franklin and I feel like, it is the whole typical, you got a new family, you became famous, and you forgot where you came from and those that you have already created prior to your stardom. Kerrion did not ask to be here. Kerrion is a product of you and the previous woman that you were with prior to your great life with Tammy and y'all kids. Okay. Kerrion doesn't deserve to be out here running amok with a father that is as famous as Kirk Franklin. You have the finances. You have the connections. I keep saying that. The connections, the finances, you have the reach to get your son some help. He shouldn't publicly he shouldn't be on the Bad Boys Club. Everybody's so concerned about this boy's sexual orientation. Let's worry about his mental condition, his mental health. He is clearly unstable. Y'all are watching him on these lives. Y'all are watching him on the YouTube streets, on these Bad Boy Club reviews, and everybody's posting. And you guys are watching this, but no one is saying, DM and Kirk, you need to go and see about your son. Larry Reed, I get it. He's trying to help him. That's great and amazing. But the first thing Larry Reed did what? Came to the YouTube. Came on down to the YouTube and exposed this boy. Exposed and let everybody know that he was locked up. Did he give you permission to do that, sir? Did he give you permission? Nobody would have known. Nobody would have knew. Oh, yeah, I guess, Larry, you can really probably say, well, shit, TMZ might have got a hold of it. I wanted to break the story first. He down with Tasha K, so he got them same damn tendencies as Tasha K. I try to understand Larry Reed, and he exposes the church and exposes people, but, pretends like this is just my job. I'm just doing my job. But it's like everything is not for the public. Everything is not for public consumption. You're saying that you're trying to help Kerrion. But did you call Kurt? Do you have those kind of connections where you're so connected? Did you pick up the phone, call his father in private and say, this is what he's going through? Do you think that he wanted everyone to know that he was being questioned about a woman that was possibly met her demise in Texas? You don't even know the story. You probably don't even have all of the information. That's not even something that you should have brought to YouTube. You should not have brought that to YouTube. I really, I get it. Bloggers, everybody wants to break a story. But I don't think that you could have just said, he was detained, he was arrested, they pulled him over and it's some questionable things. But to let everybody know it was in connection with an M and, the woman, that's just too much when you don't even have all of the details. You don't even have the details. So I think it was a little dirty, that Larry exposed it. He just wanted to be the first person to have the information. Your followers are not going to go up. Your views ain't going to go up. Was it worth it? Again, is it going to be worth it? Let's see how many, views you get and how many followers, how many more you get because everybody's posted it now. And it came from Larry Reid. You got your 5 minutes. It came from Larry Reid, the exclusive. It came from Larry Reid. I'm like, damn. Nothing is safe. People tell me stuff all the time and I don't even run to YouTube. I've been holding the secret for weeks. I ain't came to YouTube. I'm like, it is what it is. But it's some real clout chasers out here. I said, damn, Larry, you don't even have all of the pieces. Then he wants to act like, we started calling and figuring out how we can get him out. Then we ran into this and we ran into that. But if it's so secretive where you don't want to show the public records, child, you see me. I showed the records. Yeah, I got my little logo on it, honey. But I showed the record. People got stuff blotted out and all. For what? This is public documents. This is public. People can go and search it and find it themselves. But ain't nothing too private of the conversation, honey. You talked about that. You exposed the fact that it was a woman possibly. He driving the murder victim car and all this. You expose all that, but don't want to expose the goddamn court records, honey. And this stuff is public. It is so, people just do anything. They do anything and say anything and want you to buy into the shit. I don't think that it was something that should have been exposed, especially if you do not have all of the information. I couldn't find a thing in Texas. That doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. That doesn't mean that he wasn't questioned or there's no paper trail. I just couldn't find it. It's there, but I just couldn't, with the time that I had and was ready to go live, I couldn't find it. But people are just doing anything now. There is no privacy. There is no honor among thieves. People just want to go viral and they want to get that story. They want to break that story. And I think that some things are off limits. But Kirk Franklin, in my opinion, has failed his son. He sees what is publicly happening with his son, even prior to this situation. I feel as though you have the power, the money, the access, and he should be getting the best medical treatment that there is, because it is clear that this boy is suffering from damage caused by his upbringing, whether, he feels abandoned, whatever it is. I can't say that it was some type of trauma there, physically that Kirk did. I wasn't there. I don't know. I'm not going to accuse Kirk of doing anything like that because I was not there. And that's, that's between, that's Kerrion. But allegedly people are saying that it wasn't true. The CJ and the people that were living around him felt that Kerrion was lying about it, and that could be possible with someone in the medical state that he's in mentally. It could be possible that that's not true. And that could be the reason why him and Kirk having a strange relationship. Shit, if you're accusing me of something publicly, trying to ruin my image, this perfect squeak, y'all know how the church is. They want to come across as perfect. They want to come across as squeaky clean. No matter whether or not Kirkton told us all that he had an addiction and sex addiction, and that, you clearly can see this man done got plastic surgery. He done been playing with his nose, playing with his cheeks, playing with his lips, playing with his eyebrows. He's been playing in his face. We all see this. But, if he ain't putting out his tea, he don't want nobody else putting his tea out. You know what I mean? So he should, be a little bit more there for Kerrion. And I believe he owes that to the public. He knows people are asking questions. He knows people, you're publicly this Kirk Franklin, this superstar, you have this image. You owe it to the public to clean this up between you and your son. You need to let everybody see that you are trying to be in his life and that you're trying to help him. I don't give a damn if he is 34 years old. He's still a product of you. I have children that are grown. I have one that is on the way to be grown. And these kids will never be out of my life as long as I am their mother. I don't care if I'm 82 and they're 50. I'm still responsible. I brought them in this world. Now, am I responsible to take care of their lives financially? No, because you're grown. However, emotionally, I should be there for them. Now, when you are a millionaire and you have access, that's different. We ain't talking about a person like me that works every day, that makes an honest living, that has a salary. We talking about someone that is a millionaire, that has access to money, the finest of everything. Okay? So no matter how grown the people are around you, it's just that obligation that you have as being a millionaire that you need to be providing for your family. That's just the thing to do. But Kirk strikes me as the person. He's very selfish. He's very cocky. It's all about him. And if you are not rolling with me, you ain't in my in crowd, I'm not taking care of you. How could you watch him be having to stoop to work at a damn hotel, checking in guests, having to make his own way because he didn't live the life the way you wanted him to live it? I mean, you came out telling the world about your issues, but it's okay because you got money. It's okay because you and Tammy were able to get the best counseling and the best, afford the best therapists, while your son publicly goes through his emotional issues online in front of everyone. You feel comfortable with that. You're comfortable with that. I think it is absolutely disgusting that you can just flaunt your wealth on Instagram, flaunt your career, flaunt your successes, while your son publicly battles mental health illness. Because I don't care what nobody said. This boy is mentally, and when I say boy, the reason why I'm caught, because he's young to me. I am older. So to me, he's a little, he's about 10 years younger than me. So when I look at, he's not matured enough into a man. He might be a man in age, but he's a boy. He's still a boy emotionally. He is not developed and matured into a grown man because he is emotionally stunted. His emotional growth has been stunted by the issues that he has with his father. Brownstone says, I feel like his son was MOL. That is the rumor. That is, a thing. People are saying that, but, I don't feel that. I don't get that. And there's others that are close to Kerrion and been around him that say they believe he's lying as well. So I just don't know. I don't know what to believe. Again, I wasn't there, so I don't know. I think that's just a topic that we would stay away from. I'm not even going to discuss that. I am with Larry on that. That I do agree with. It's disgusting. I would not repeat it. It's not something that I would even try to delve into because that's just a lot to unpack. But it's clear that he has, and you don't just get this. You don't just become mentally unstable. You are like this typically growing up as well. Typically there are signs. So you knew that he has some type of issue, but you just left him out here in a world on social media fending for himself. While you post your riches, your fame, your successes, your Grammys, your, stellar awards, all your hosting gigs, just showing the money, the affluence, everything, while he's working at a goddamn hotel, checking in guests, trying to make his way, traveling all across the country, going from state to state, trying to make it. now he's ended up on the Bad Boys Club. And what? Probably further embarrassed you now because he is now coming out claiming that he's bisexual. So now that's a further stain on the Franklin name. This boy carries the Franklin name. So in my opinion, you are responsible for him, Mr. Kirk Franklin. His name is Kirk. Your name is Kirk Franklin. His name is Kerrion Kranklin. He's carrying your name. So in my opinion, you are responsible for Kerrion. So this is sad. We'll keep watching this story, looking for the developments, and we will do commentary on it as it arises. But please, you guys, this is a serious topic. When we start talking about mental health crises, people in need of services, please don't, pick apart this conversation and say, well, Sweet Pea and them said you don't call this. But please, if you are in doubt and do not know who to call, please dial 911 and let them know what your situation is. So-and-so is having a mental breakdown. They are in need of mental health services. Please point me in the direction. If it is not 911 that I call, please tell me who to call, because 911 can get you where you need to be if you do not know where you need to be. Period. Coffee View says, my daughter is 29. We go through something with her, but we have help. No way in hell I let my daughter go through this when it is so much help out there dealing with it for age 14. And kudos to you for being a parent that is present, that is there for theirs, that is aware that this is an issue and that she or he was suffering and that they needed services. So kudos to you for taking that responsibility. Because there are a lot of parents that shy away from it. They are embarrassed and they don't want to believe that their children are suffering mentally. Oh, they just acting out. Oh, they just want attention. No, there really could be some underlying medical issue going on mentally. So it's a conversation that a lot of us do not want to have. 911 is non-emergency. It is a different department. Listen, we can go back and forth with that all day. We can have a difference in opinion with that. I respect what it is that you're trying to get across, but there are people that don't know that, ma'am. And there are people that don't know who to call, where to call. I'm one of those. So I've always called 911 and I've always gotten everything that I needed. Okay. That's just what I've always done. I've called 911, told them, hey, my daughter's having an asthma attack. They send the ambulance. So, I don't know, I wouldn't know who to call. And you're telling me to call non-emergency. I don't know what that number is in my area. So I will definitely look that up when I get off of this live. And I suggest that everyone else does that as well. She's saying that that's not who you call. So I want us to be all, knowledgeable on who we call. So please go and look that up for your local area because it's different for everyone. So look that up because we need to know that. At any point, someone can have a mental crisis that is medical in nature and need services. It could be you. It could be your loved one. It could be someone, your friend, someone on your block, someone, and you don't know who to call. So we need to get that information and we need to make sure. Together We Break Chain says, I'm a mental health advocate. You call 911. Coffee says, it's 911. You have 911 and 411, Jack says. And, so Coffee, it is 911. Okay. Non-emergency number, county police department. Google that. Okay. Right. As a therapist that works in mental health myself, I agree with you, Sweet Pea. So it's we're definitely all in agreement that we need to get the person some help. You know what I'm saying? How we get there is going to be different for everyone because we all live in different states. But if you are ever in doubt, I don't want people to be thinking twice. Just call 911. And if you already have a family therapist and if you already know of a mental health professional, call them. You might can have that person talk. But sometimes when a person is in a full-fledged, see, when I watched that video with Kerrion, he's in a crisis and he doesn't know he's in a crisis. See, these people, when the issues that they have, they don't look at themselves as they're having a crisis. They look at themselves as, They're right. And the world is after them. The world is attacking them. They are heightened in their paranoia. They think that everyone is out to get them. So they are not going to seek help from anyone, let alone the people that they think are the enemy. You hear him talking about he's in full-fledged war mode. That's a dangerous situation because he can really feel threatened and then he can get a weapon. He said he was with his gun and his Bible all morning. So that's a bad situation because if he is heightened in that sense, he can pull the weapon and shoot someone and harm someone because he's not in his right mind. It may look and appear like he's in his right mind because of the words he's using, because of how he sounds educated and he sounds eloquent maybe in the speech. Because some people will say, girl, that sounds like gibberish to you, but he's making sense. You hear that? Crazy people know what they be talking about. Listen, Linda. Okay. I don't want to hear that. Ain't no such thing. Yeah, crazy people know what they be talking. Everyone can make sense when they having some gibberish. You can hear some little sense come through every now and again. Does that mean that they are stable? No. Does that mean that they don't need help? No. So don't sit back and say, they ain't crazy. I ain't calling nobody. They don't know if that boy don't need no help. He just want attention. The mom and the grandmother, they were saying it in the video. You need to put that camera down. You always want attention. No, this boy is crying out for help. He don't know he crying out for help, but you should see that he needs help. Now, the family was trying to get him help. They are saying, listen, we need to take you to the hospital. But he's already in the mode. He is in the crisis mode. So you need trained professionals to come and de-escalate the situation. This is why you need to call a professional to the scene. Don't try to interact with the person. That's where they went wrong. They further agitated him. They further added to the problem because they engaged. You don't engage with that behavior. You call a professional to the scene so that they can de-escalate the issue and they can bring him down and they can possibly talk him into going to a facility. They are trained in that area. They know how to get the patient where they need to go. All right. So I feel like, the family, they've been dealing with it. They're at their wits' end. They don't know what to do. But this is why you don't try to figure that out. When they're already in that manic mode, you can't talk reason. They're not going to hear that. They're not listening to none of that. They can't even hear you. They're not there in a sense. They're gone. Whoever they are when they're in their sane mode, that person is not there right now. When they're in that manic stage, Kerrion ain't there. Okay? So you need to call a professional. You need to call someone there to de-escalate it. But like I said, Kirk, he's too busy running around chasing the Stellar Awards, chasing the Grammys, trying to, live this perfect image in front of everyone while his son is publicly crying out for help. Okay? He is suffering in front of the world. He ain't suffering in silence. A lot of people suffer in silence. This boy is suffering in front of the world. He's suffering on social media. He's got all these videos. All you got to do is just go on YouTube, put his name in, and you'll see all these videos of him acting out in his mental state. And if I was Kirk Franklin, I would immediately contact my son and handle it, because all he wants is Kirk's love. At the end of the day, Kerrion wants Kirk's love, acceptance, admiration. He wants his father's love. That is why he always is talking about him. He's always getting back to that topic. A lot of times people put out, they might put out your dirty tea, try to air you out. We say the worst things when we're mad at our family, when we're mad at people. We shoot below the belt. This is no different. Kerrion may have said some things out of anger. Now, they got to address, is he telling the truth about what happened between the two of them? If they are not, that is something that Kerrion has to face, that you are lying. Okay, let's get real, you guys. What if Kerrion is lying on Kirk Franklin? What if this is not true? What if they are strained because he is lying? There might be a reason why Kirk don't want to have nothing to do with him. We're not in their family. We don't know that. So we got to look at it from both angles. I'm looking at it from both angles. I'm just not feeling Kirk, that he's not publicly letting us know, listen, I am in my son's life. Contrary to the popular opinion that I am not in his life, that I'm just living my richness and I don't try to get, no, he owes it to the public because you guys' public business is out here. So now you owe it to the public, your fans, people that is supporting you, to let us know what you are doing with Kerrion, because we all feel like this is a mess. So you owe it. Instead of being over there silent on Instagram, you need to go live and you need to let everyone know, Mr. Franklin, what it is that you are doing with your son, because we all need to know. Yes. If we all need to know when you winning a stellar, and we all need to know when you and Tammy down there getting counseling and all this shit for your porn addictions, we all need to know what you are doing with your son. You owe that to the public. And I'm sorry, people don't agree, but I believe he owes it to the public. You are in the public eye. Calandra says he all went on certain talk shows and said that regardless what him and his child go through, he would still be in his life. I was watching one episode with him last night. So if he is, then he needs to publicly come out and address this as well. All the questions about Kerrion being bisexual, and does Kirk accept that? Kirk sees this shit. He sees the discussions. He sees what people are asking. Go and do a live and address it and be done with it. All this I'm just trying to be quiet. It ain't nobody business. Nah, you need to let us know. We want to know. Shit, you want to tell us about your Stellars and Grammys and shit. You want us to vote for you, buy your albums and stream your songs. Mr. Franklin, we need to know. We need to know. We, the public, we need to know. Shoot. I just feel like that, guys. I mean, they're living their life in the public eye. We need to know. We are your fans. People that buy your music. People that stream and watch your videos and promote your shit. We need to know what you doing down there to the Kerrion. We need to know. All right. Amen. Amen and amen. Serene says Kirk has been public about the relationship before. He's not going to go public in detail about his family issues, though. Well, he needs to. He told us the most intimate detail. Nobody was asking. I don't recall anybody asking him. Did anybody ask him that he had a sex addiction? Did we ask him that? Was anybody wondering, did Kirk Franklin have a sex addiction? So he had to come and address it. No, he felt the need to let everyone know that. So this is what they kill me with when they say some things are private. How in the world is anything private with you? How is anything off limits when you've just let the world know that you had a sex addiction and that you couldn't keep your hands off your peen, and all you wanted to do was watch porn, and Tammy was tired of it. Tammy said, God damn it, I'm sick of him watching this. I'm sick of him with his hands in his pants. And now you it's off limits. Kerrion and all that is off limits. No, sir. We need to know. Stop acting like you don't. That's what the people want to know about. We didn't give a damn whether or not you had a sex addiction, sir. I don't think anybody cared whether or not you was playing in your pants. I don't think anybody cared. I don't think nobody was checking to see if Kirk Franklin had a sex addiction. Nobody cared about that. But what we do care about, sir, is how you are interacting with your son. That's what the people want to know. They know, these celebrities know what they put out and what they choose to talk about and what they choose not to talk about. That was for his image. That was for his family. That was to make him look good. Oh, he's acknowledging his issues and he went and got help. He's a good man. He's a good man to Tammy and them kids. That's a good black man. That's a good, holy black man. Holy black man that is turning down porn. And he done stopped playing with his peen. Michelle said, girl, you gonna get people fired. Child, I'm just keeping it real. Nobody was checking for him and his addictions. But what we want to know is the real shit. So stop with all that, you know what I mean, trying to control the narrative, trying to put out what the fuck you want to put out. We want to know the realness. Are you getting your son the mental health help that he needs? Because it is clear that he needs help. And he needs help now. Now he is finding himself in a world of trouble. Are you going to swoop in with your attorneys, your money, and get him out of this mess? You got Larry Reed going live trying to figure out how to get him out of jail. That is unacceptable. Okay, so for the people that saying, you know, he is supporting Kerrion, why is Larry Reed having to figure out how to get Kerrion out of jail? See, there should be nothing that goes on with your children, estranged children, that if something like this happens, that estranged shit is out the door. It's out the window. I don't give a damn how estranged we are. If I'm in jail facing murder charges, they accusing me of some shit like this, the estrangement goes out the door. It goes out the window. Larry, excuse me, but I don't need you checking on my son. I don't need you going down there trying to get him out. I got this. I'm his father. There should be nothing that keeps you from going down there to see about him. Because as a black man, you should understand and know what it would be like to be behind the gate as a black man. Now, if he's done these things, he's done what he's being accused of, well, he got to suffer the consequences because you did it. But still, he needs family. He needs his father's support at this time. If you have not showed up for him in any other circumstance and at any other time, now is the time. This is the perfect time for Kirk Franklin to stand up and show up for Kerrion. So I'm hoping that that's what happens in this situation, that Kirk realizes that he needs to be there for his son and he needs to stand up. This is the perfect time, right? Why not use this time? This is the perfect time. Jack the Voice says that was for a cover-up. He never did state what kind of sexual addiction he had. I believe he did that in case we find out the details about that. That's a good point. That's a good point, because I just need to understand why this man is playing in his face. The lips, the nose, the cheekbones, the extra dimples came out of nowhere. Them dimples got sharp. Honey, that nose got extra chubby. Them cheeks got a little more thicker. Honey, them eyes look a little more chinkier. Why are you playing in your face, sir? You're clearly playing in your face. But one thing him and Kerrion got is them lips. They got them pink, red, rosy lips, honey, because I'm looking at Kirk in this picture and looking at Kerrion and, you know, in the video. They both got them red lips that just look like they've been sucking on them, or, you know, like they just extra red. Look like, damn, are they burned or did you burn them? They are so red. They just look like they burning. You know, like they hurt. You know, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing down there to the plastic surgeon? Just playing in your face. Just cutting it up. Just cutting it. But this is a great time for him to be there for Kerrion. All jokes aside, he needs to go on down there and see about his son. Why you got another man on the live? But this just shows you how dysfunctional Kerrion's and Kirk Franklin's relationship is, because Larry is actually out of pocket. You know, you're a man, you got children. How would you like it if someone was speaking on your kids and was exposing their issue? You know, they down there locked up in some shit and some blogger done got a hold of their information, whether they called them or not. And the first thing you did was run down to the YouTube and expose it. And now it's all over the blogs. Like, you know, I wouldn't welcome anything like that if I was a parent. I would be like, listen, nobody asked you to do that. I got this. So that's what Kirk needs to be doing. He needs to step up and he needs to step up and be there for Kerrion. If you ain't never been there before, sir, you need to be there now, because this boy, clearly you're not getting him any help. He, I don't know if you did. Maybe he's tried. Maybe he's tried and he just can't do no more. A lot of times when people are going through this, they don't want help. It's hard to get them help. It's mental health issues are hard to deal with as a family. So this is clearly, I really believe this is the root. This is what's really going on with these Franklins. Kerrion is suffering from mental health issues, and he does not want to get help. They don't like to be put on their medicine. They don't like to stay with their meds. They run from it. And unfortunately, look at Maya Campbell. Her story is exemplary, is an example of that. Exemplary, I don't know, is an example of that. I'm trying to use a big word and can't even goddamn pronounce it now. Where they do that at? It is an example. It's exemplary. I think that's how you say it. But I know how it should be used now. The grammar is there. I just can't pronounce it. Exemplary. Exemplum. It is an example. Example. It is an example. It's an example, okay? But Maya Campbell's story, she had bipolar disorder, and her mother was trying to get her help for years. She's currently out in Atlanta somewhere in the streets on drugs because of her disorder. She doesn't like to be on the medication. She said, when I watched her on Iyanla Fix My Life, she said that the medication makes her feel she can't feel her emotions. She can't feel herself. And we seen that. Iyanla was trying to connect with her, and she was just, it was so dull. There was nothing there. No life. So they don't want to take the meds. I had it at first. I did. She said, you had it at first, girl. I had it. And then it just went left. I couldn't hold on to it. I couldn't keep it. But, she didn't want to be on the meds. And now she's just, the farther and the farther they go, they get farther and farther out there. And they just lose themselves. They can't get back to who they are. And they need help. They need a medical professional to help them get back with meds, unfortunately. So they self-medicate. They use the street drugs because those are better. They can, they still can feel like human, like they can interact with people, so this is sad situation, guys. But mental health, it is an issue, and we need to face it as a community. Black people, we need to really we can't be embarrassed about these things, and we have to start getting our people help. Because Kerrion, he's just out here in the world by himself. His father, all he care about is the goddamn Stellar Awards. Care about the Stellars and the Grammys. So that's all I got, you guys. We will continue to follow this story. I'm hoping that what we hearing is not true. I'm hoping that Kerrion is not caught up in this, because if he is, that's a lot to unpack. I mean, driving a woman's car that is allegedly passed on. They trying to figure out what you doing with her car. Then the weapon was in the car, but then he's saying that it wasn't his weapon. It's just a lie. So we will keep an eye out. We'll look for this whole TMZ exclusive, because TMZ, honey, that man, he got connections. He'll get the paperwork that some of us can't find, and then he'll have the whole story on TMZ. So just be on the lookout to TMZ and get the tea. And then we'll come back and talk about it. All right. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you for being here, and thank you for watching. And be sure to go on down there and click on the link below and get you some Bright Cellars wines. And be sure to send me some gifts. It's my birthday tomorrow. Y'all, I'm trying to get my hair done. Send me some cash app so I can be looking good on this goddamn stream. Now, even if you don't send it, honey, I'm going to go get my hair done anyway. But, yeah, y'all been showing out. I've been getting my little gifts. Thank you so much to the people that have been sending cash apps. Y'all go ahead and keep doing that. I'm trying to get the P.O. box for those that want to send me birthday gifts other than money. But right now, honey, that's all we can take. All we can accept is cash apps and PayPals. And I thank you. So be with us tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Evan, what are you doing? Oh, this dog. Be with us tomorrow, 9 o'clock. We're going to be celebrating, all right? You guys be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye, guys.